You'll be seeing this video after the wedding, but this is the journey of the wedding dress. From the first time I saw it and found it, through dry cleaning, through alterations, to the day we put it on. But before we get into the entire journey, go ahead and subscribe. It all started with the store. If you remember a few videos back, I think my dream dress, by the time I tried on like 50 some dresses, was this dress I found at Love Boat Bridal in Temple City. The one thing I didn't like about that dress though was the price, and so I thought to myself, how can I find a similar look but at a better price? I made a second trip back to Coco Melody thinking I could find something like a dupe for it, but not successful. So when I came back up to the Bay Area, I decided to look up the designer, which is Essence of Australia. That was literally the only thing I could figure out about the dress I really liked, so I thought, I'll take what I know about the designer and look and see if I can find the actual style. I started looking around in the area, specifically for Essence of Australia shops, and I found one at Flair's Bridal and Formal. So I made an appointment. I specifically went in and said I only want to see what's on the sample rack, and lo and behold, found my dress. It had everything I wanted. It checked off all the check boxes, and I bought it. So one of my secrets to finding this dress was when I made my appointment and was talking to the store manager, I told her specifically I only want to see the sample dresses, and because I knew they carried some of like the higher designers like Essence of Australia, I thought maybe there's a good chance like something from that designer will be on the sample rack and will fit everything I'm looking for. And I was so surprised. I was so pleasantly surprised. I found my dress I didn't think I would, and it was amazing. So once I had my appointment, the sales lady knew I only wanted to see the sample rack. We walked straight to the sample rack, we pulled a bunch of dresses, and it was the second dress I tried on. I was in total shock and like didn't think I could find something like for this great price. Luckily, my friend and one of my maids of honor was also coming to the appointment for me, so she came and helped take a bunch of pictures, but I also kind of knew it was the one because her reaction when I put it on, she was just like, this is great. This fits everything that you thought you were looking for, and obviously was at a better price point. So I kind of like 95% knew like this was the dress. Only holdout, the only thing I was waiting for was like to get my mom to see it. But because my mom was still in LA, I had my friend and the sales lady take a bunch of photos and some video of me in the dress so I could send to my mom. That night, I sent my mom photos, videos, just said, what do you think? She gave me a thumbs up, and I called the store the next day, said, I want this dress, pull it from the rack, hold it for me, I'm coming to get it. So buying the dress. I came back the very next day after my very first appointment, came back just to try it on one more time to see if I still really loved it, or, you know, if it was the price that I was loving, and I fell in love again. It was still everything I wanted. I loved it just as much as the first time I tried it, and I loved it more than anything I'd tried before. I went in, I took a bunch of photos of the dress. The reason I took a bunch of photos of just the dress on its own was because it's a sample dress. And this is the one that like everyone tries on in the store, so I wanted to document the condition of it. After documenting the condition, after still feeling like the butterflies, still loving it, I watched the cash register and I said, I'm ready to buy it. I bought it, cash in hand, signed it, done. As part of the sale, they did offer to dry clean it for me, which I highly recommend if you get a sample sale dress or clearance dress. Like, if you can squeeze a dry cleaning out of it, that'd be preferred. A couple weeks later, I went to pick up the dress. The store had it dry cleaned, so I was picking it up. I'm gonna take it home, I'm gonna store it, and then the next section will be our first alterations appointment. Today is my very first wedding dress alterations appointment. I'm gonna take you along, but to kind of set the stage, I'm actually going back to the shop where I bought my dress. I know there are lots of shops that can do alterations, but because a wedding dress is such a special and like unique type of clothing garment, I didn't want to just like chance it with some random like dry cleaners alterations. So I'm going back to where I bought the dress. Before I go to my appointment though, I do have to pack, so I gotta haul my dress, and then they also told me to bring the shoes I plan to wear. So these are the shoes I plan to wear. Pretty simple but kind of formal shoe. It's like super strappy, it's like a silver gold, it's got a back strap, which is super important for me when walking in shoes. The heel itself is also not that tall, so I've worn these before on pageant night and, you know, stood around and walked around for maybe 3 or 4 hours in them, so I think they'll be a good choice for the wedding dress. Also, it may not even really matter because the dress is long, so no one's going to see your shoes underneath, but I know these are comfy, and if they do happen to peek out of my dress, I know they're cute. In just a few minutes here, I'm gonna call Lyft or an Uber because there's no way I'm bringing this thing on public transportation. So in the next clip, we should be at the wedding dress shop. I'm back from my first appointment. It went really well. It was really quick, only about 15 or 20 minutes, and she's doing a few alterations in this first batch. One thing she's going to do is, of course, take in the sides. This is a sample size dress, so it's too large for me, and if I had gotten a regular dress, I would have ordered a size closer to my natural size so that there would be less alterations. But sample size, so we'll take in the sides. On the back, she's going to replace the zipper and update the hooks so that everything will close and stitch together nicely. And the last thing she'll do is she'll put in cups. An explanation on why she's doing it this way. What she told me was she'll take in the sides first because as she takes in the sides, the hem might naturally rise, and so she wants to take in the sides first before she makes any alterations to the hem. Because once you chop it off, it's a lot harder to add it back. So after you take in the sides, we'll see where the hem comes up and do that in the next alterations. My next alterations appointment is in 1 month, so in the next clip, it'll be about a month later. I totally made a boo-boo and completely forgot about this second alterations appointment. And I'll walk you through exactly what we did. First thing we did was check the outline. And the first alterations appointment was to basically just like cut it down. So this was to check that like cut down size. It was real snug on top, it fit mostly through the side, so we kind of just went in and like pinned up the sides a little bit and made it a little bit narrower around the knees.
That's almost gorgeous.
Hello. How's everything?
Ear to ear is good. It's a little loose on the hips.
Okay, alright. It's not finished yet, as you see, but we're getting there.
Yeah, no, it looks great for the first shot. Like that? Yeah, I'm wondering if it should be
More there?
yeah, a little tighter on this. I mean,
But you want to be able to walk.
yeah, of course. Let me just check. Maybe just a teeny bit in.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, like curious.
The second thing she wanted to do in this appointment was the hem. I put on my wedding shoes and she pinned it up so that basically the very edge of it kind of like kisses and touches the floor. So she'll raise it up, but because the edge is scalloped, she'll maintain that pattern.
Alright. So I'm gonna measure the length and the muscle. Okay. You're gonna need muscle, right? Okay.
I am familiar, but I have
And of course the bottom will be the same.
so, but I'm doing rowing and I'm working on it.
The final thing she wanted to do was the bustle. The back of the dress is very long and very heavy, and you know, post ceremony and post pictures will definitely need a bustle. And so she kind of pinned it up to show me, you know, these 5 little bunches of bustles will group together and they'll both carry the weight of the back of the dress and then also make sure that the pattern on the back of the dress still like lays out nicely.
So this is gonna be the length.
Okay.
With the same edge. So you
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
lose the, you know, the scallop.
Right. Okay.
And then bustle. Yeah?
Yep.
Again?
End of April.
Okay. So you're gonna have 5 bustles between one side.
Okay.
That's how it
Okay. Is it possible to do less? Or because it's so heavy it needs...
If I do less, I can, but it won't look good.
Okay.
Because if I do less, some part, see how I didn't pin this side?
Yeah.
Some part gonna hang lower.
Okay.
So to order to pick up like kind of equally on
Okay.
the back,
Okay.
it has to have 5.
Okay.
On the other side. The same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I only pin one side.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's why I was confused. I was like,
Yeah, so you're gonna have one. You're gonna have one on the middle.
yep.
And two here.
Okay.
Same like this.
Okay.
Even these ones, the cups.
Yeah.
We can take it out.
Or like take out.
Let me see. How many? It's only one. It's a cup. Only one. I think it's a push-up. Does it have padding? I don't remember. Does it have a little padding here on the bottom? Plus, it's not done yet. So see here, this bulky piece is not gonna be like that. And here I'm gonna press the cup, so it's not gonna be like.
Can I see?
I don't think it's.
Well, I'm just like very small chested, so if I show up and it's like, he'll be like,
Like full.
yeah.
You can wear anything. Literally, couldn't she?
Yeah.
Like any magazine, she's the model.
Also, while I was at the shop, I never really tried veils. When I first found the dress, I did because I just wanted to see what like the complete look would look like, but I didn't really think about what I wanted. My thought on this dress is because it has so much detail, so much pattern, it's so elaborate on the back, I really want to show that off. So I don't think I'm going to go with a veil that is also like heavily patterned or very thick. I tried a couple of veils. The first one was, you know, kind of very thin, but had a thick border, thicker, darker border. Very elegant. The second one was super duper plain. It was literally just like veil material. No embellishments, no tiering, nothing. The final one, I can't quite remember, but it was fairly, again, kind of like thin material, but a little more patterned. Back here, final thing.
Yeah.
Just a
I know. See how big it was now.
Yep, I think it's just that, those two little pieces.
All right. So take it off. I'm gonna do it, and then you can put it back.
Oh,
yeah?
okay.
Okay, let me bring her up.
Okay.
Just before you take it off.
Okay.
So if you turn side to the mirror, at least, yeah, you can see it.
Actually, can I grab my camera and get a video of it?
So you have 5 buttons here.
Okay.
And 5 loop mark with the blue.
Oh, okay.
So the blue come off, the little ivory
I'm gonna
things.
zoom in on the buttons.
Those
Okay.
are the loops.
Okay.
So the middle goes first. Okay. And then complete one side, which is put 2 of them. And then complete the other side
Okay.
as well.
And then do I cut the blue?
Yeah, cut the blue
Okay.
before the wedding.
Oh, okay.
Just make sure they know where to find it.
Gotcha.
It's just to mark where they are so
Right
you can
now.
get familiar. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Nice.